Go for it.
Okay, I'm going to call this meeting to order. And our first order of business is to approve the minutes from March 25th.
I would make a motion that we approve the minutes from our select board meeting of March 25th.
And I second that motion.
Okay, any discussion?
I'd like to add to the attendees of that meeting, Lillian Riddlehoover.
Okay.
Okay, so with that addition, any more discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 All right. Next, we have warrants 21, 21P, reappraisal fund number 9, and capital fund number 5.
I'll make a motion to approve bills for payment, warrants 21, 21P, reappraisal fund number 9, and capital fund number 5.
This is Geraldine. I'll second that.
Okay, any discussion? Under warrant 21, the total is $55,357.12. That is for Wyndham Solid Waste quarterly payment of the monthly rescue. There were payroll taxes, the power company, salt and fuel for the highway department, and the fire station loan, one of the payments on the fire station loan. So, any other discussion? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 All right. Doesn't seem like we have any visitors. Any news from the road, Foreman?
Yes, there is. I spoke to Lee this week. They put about 2,500 yards of gravel on the various roads. They have gonna finish off their last bit of grading. That's going well. They're hauling gravel at this point. And then next week, they're gonna start working on the winter sand, which will take them roughly about a month to do. Everything's going fine. I think everybody saw the issue with the Better Back roads. That's been on stall for now. And so we'll just have to wait and see. That would have been, if it comes out, that'll be for Waterman Road area that he was gonna work on. He wanted to let everybody know again that cleanup day has been postponed till May 30th. And the other thing was he was talking to Putney, and between Putney and him with the gravel pit, with a lot of people starting to explore and walk and all that, I think they're going to purchase we'll split it. It'll be probably between 50 and 75 bucks roughly. A trail cam to have down the gravel pit for in case they have any issues. The loader's down there and everything, and I think they feel more comfortable. So he's gonna work with Putney to get that done and installed. So that was basically his rundown, and all the boys are helping.
Great. That's really good to hear, Terry.
Good.
Thank you.
So Zeke, it looks like Harold Newell just joined.
Yes.
So I don't know if we want to ask him if he, we skipped over the recognition of visitors pretty quickly.
Right. So Harold. He's still working on it, I think.
Yep.
Harold, do you have anything? Okay, and we have another person joining.
Oh, yeah, I think it's also Harold by phone because he's having trouble with his audio. So,
all right.
Yeah, we can come back to him.
Was there anything under correspondence for information that anyone wanted to discuss?
Everybody saw the blimp that went around, and that's all done.
Yeah, thank you.
So that's really good. The only other thing I'd add was I spoke on the sheriff's department. I was emailed Mark because of the fact that the tour to Heifer has been postponed. The strolling has been canceled, but the tour has been postponed. There's no dates. So anyway, he gave me the same update basically as we got by email, but they are seeing aggressive driving issues, and I guess one of those were on the Camp Arden Road. So we'll, but other than that, we discussed a little bit about this, since we're all into this emergency management all type thing. We were discussing the Airbnb and the VBRO situation, where it's under Governor Scott's thing, executive order that they can't be renting. And so it's come to my attention because somebody told me about they're pulling them off that and going to Craigslist. So if anybody in Dummerston feels that there's somebody might be renting a place to out-of-staters, or they're coming in, to just get a hold of your local law enforcement, whether it's the Sheriff's Department or VSP, and let them know, because they're trying to keep track of this under the executive order.
Right.
Okay. Anything else under correspondence for discussion or information?
So I just have a clarification question. Did we get an update from the sheriff's office by email?
Yes, we did last week.
Okay, so it wasn't, there's an email about it. This wasn't a phone conversation between you and Mark.
No, it was email. We were just
Okay.
discussing. I was just saying, hey, the tour of the heifer has been postponed, and he kind of just gave me the same thing about the call volume. You know, domestics and stuff are going up, and all that. But the added one was the aggressive drivers, and he said specifically one on Camp Arden Road.
Okay.
So
great, thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Anything under correspondence? Oh, we don't have anything under correspondence for discussion and or action. So we can move on to new business. And we have appointments still to do. What would you like to do there?
Yeah, Maria?
Yes, I'll make a motion that we appoint the following. Social Services Advisory Committee, 1-year terms, Connie Baxter, Sandy Campbell, Carla Lineback, Libby LaFlan, Bill Pels Walsh, and Terry Robinson. And that we appoint for Pound Keeper, Ron Sveck for a 1-year term. And then on the Farmland Protection, Diana Lesher for 1-year term. And then I'm not sure if we want to do that and then do the other ones that we have not actually interviewed separately, or would you like me to include those as well?
Let's see. So I know Christine Gope, or I don't know how to pronounce the last name, is interested in the Conservation Commission, and she's attended some meetings and has come highly recommended by Mary Ellen Copeland. But I don't know, there's a person for the Planning Commission. Who was that?
That was Rick Contino, and I know he attended at least one meeting that I went to. He might have attended March, but I didn't make it to the March meeting. So,
okay. So, what would you like to do? It seems like meeting people at this point isn't a good idea, and these people seem to have been vetted by their respective committees to some extent.
We've got 2 openings on the Planning Commission. One's a 4-year term, and one's to finish off the terms of 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be something to maybe put him into the finish off the term of 2022?
okay, so what I'll do then is I will add to my motion the Conservation Commission, Christine Gope, or Gep, however it's pronounced, for a 4-year term, and Planning Commission, Rick Contino, to finish until 2022 to finish out the term.
I'll second that.
Okay, any discussion? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 All right. So I'll let Christine know she's been appointed. Maria, could you let the planning commissioner know?
Yes, I will.
Great, okay. All right. Let's see. Anybody? I don't think we have any unfinished business now, and we don't have any other new business.
Other than Roger Turner was looking for a complete list
Okay.
for the views article of all open positions.
Okay.
So, which some of these now I can obviously take off because we just appointed some. So, but we are still waiting to hear back from someone on the Connecticut River Joint Commission.
Yeah.
And there's one spot still left on the social services. I don't know if everybody looked at the list that I sent out. Is there anything there that?
Yeah, I looked
that
at it, Maria. And
Mhm.
so the article that I submitted to the Views mentioned, it was encouraging of people to step up to fill open positions. So I think that was the impetus for Roger to ask us, well, what are the open positions? And I was
Right.
hesitant to say anything because, it doesn't come out until May 19th. So I think whatever we give him, I would be fine with you giving him a list with the qualifying statement that, some of these may, by the time the Views is published, some of these may have been filled, but please, if you're interested, contact and make it clear who people should contact.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I just wanted to make sure that anybody who still has somebody to call is aware of, that it's still on the list.
I think the only one that we're waiting to hear, I think David's waiting to hear back from one on the Connecticut River Joint Commission.
Okay.
Right.
And that's,
I've reached out a few times, but I'll keep trying.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
I mean, I can include that on the list and see
Yeah,
what happens. So,
good.
okay.
Okay. Great. I guess that's it until 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, so what about, did Harold have something that he particularly wanted to say, or he's just listening in?
I guess he's just listening in.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So then I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
I second that.
All right. Thank you very much. See you in 2
All right.
weeks.
All right, great meeting. Thank you. Glad this is working.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Thank you.
Thank you.